But funnily enough, while we've been like recording this, I've thought of something which is interesting. Obviously, we've had a bit of a section where you spoke about Dave. I've not really listened to the music. I don't know whether you've heard Lil Skies' new features.
Ah, no, I knew they were a thing, but I just kept forgetting to actually play them. So go for it. You talk about that.
Well, I'm just going to get it up on my phone just so I remember the geezer's name because
Yeah.
I don't want to butcher it and I feel sorry if I do. But he's done a couple of features and now my Spotify won't work. Cheers, lad. Right, we'll abandon that idea of Spotify. I think it's with Snot. Is that his name?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I've seen it, and yeah.
It's
That's
probably
what I'd
going to be
say,
something.
guess.
It's probably going to be something stupid like Dollar Knot or something.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah, I've listened to that song. I haven't heard the other one, which I believe is with Lil Nas.
Yes.
But
yeah,
I haven't heard that
which he
one.
did another track with. He did
Yeah.
another track with him, and that was good. So, yeah, go on and take it ahead. What do you think of that one?
I actually like it. Like Slot sounds quite similar to Lil. He sounds similar to someone, but I can't think of his name. But he's quite sort of chill on the song. Like it's quite. There's not really loads of energy at the start. I found especially with Snot's chorus and stuff. But Sky's proper bodies his verse. Like he proper does. Like he comes on and shows a bit of versatility. Like it's not just straight rapping. There's a little bit of like melodic stuff in there. And I know obviously, his album came out however many months ago and it didn't get loads and loads of traction, but I still think Skies is really, really good. It's just like, he's taking care of his, excuse me, I just had a nice little burp. He's taking care of his kid for however long, but his musical talent for me isn't doubted. I mean, I know we did a bit of a video where like, we were sort of thinking, is he going to fall off, but his album was good and this feature's really good and yeah, he might not get loads of views and streams and stuff anymore, but in my eyes, I think he's still really good.
Yeah, I absolutely loved his project. Still listen to some of the tracks on it now. I think with the whole his views and streams being lower than before, that's not a reflection of the quality because I think the quality of his music is good. I would say it doesn't hit quite the same as some of his very, very original stuff, but they were like unreal to the level they got to, so that can be expected. And there's obviously a few in there that I love even more so, like On Sight. It's just finding them diamonds. Some of the general songs are just a little bit lower, but still good. But I think the issue with that isn't anything to do with his music or anything like that. I think it's just simply that he was away for so long and he was only releasing singles and he was experimenting with some singles. He was trying to find himself, and he said that about his new project Unbothered. It was very much a case of, this is me now. I found my style. I found who I am. This is the music I'm releasing. And if you don't like it, don't listen, sort of thing. And I think before that, in the singles where we did make the video saying, is he dropping off here? Because some of these singles are weird. Some of them aren't very good. All of that sort of stuff. And I think that was just him experimenting, trying some different styles, and some of them didn't work, some of them did work. There were some great bangers in there, and there were some songs that I really didn't like, and that's obviously what we said in the video. So I think that Skies, it's not to do with the music quality, he was just finding himself, and because of that, he wasn't releasing as much, and he was releasing different styles, and it was a bit all over the place. And that then led to a lot of people sort of just giving up on him because maybe they didn't like one of the songs they heard. Maybe they were like, wait, 1 minute he was like this, and then it's just a completely different style, and this is shit, so I'm not bothering anymore. And and when you don't release for so long, it works for some people's strategies, like building up the hype and then dropping. But with a rapper like Lil Skies, I feel like you've really got to be there because there are a lot of others in a similar style to him. So you've got to be constantly releasing to be like in everyone's face. Like I'm there, I'm at the top of the game, blah, blah, blah. So I think it's just to do with that really. Like a lot of people just sort of forgot about him, didn't follow him the same as they used to. And that happened naturally. So maybe the way forward for him is he's released this project. It was a strong project musically, but figures wise it was weak. So maybe he's just got to, get another release out as soon as he can and make that also musically strong, and just try and build up some consistency to get his figures back up. Like that's all I'd suggest. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think some artists have sort of like proper like worked that out. I think some people don't release for quite a while, but because they've already brought in that fan base and like the loyal people, like I don't like him, but let's take Drake for instance, and if he doesn't release for months and months and months, when he releases, it's always going to do big numbers because he's already established that fan base. And it's the same in like the pop industry with like Ed Sheeran. He doesn't release for like 3 years, releases, and then every song does like 600 million. So, whereas maybe I think with Lil Skies, he's not as established. I think within his own fan base, 100%. I think people will appreciate Life of a Dark Rose, Shelby, and this album. Like definitely, his fan base loved it. But I think with the bigger picture, I think Red Roses and Nowadays and them types of songs obviously did really well and broke out of his fan base. But maybe he just hasn't had enough of them songs that, for people to sort of always look out for his music when he drops.
Yeah, he hasn't had as many breakouts, that's for sure. And that is massively a part of it. Of course it is. But I think the only other thing with that as well, what was the point I was going to make? Just give me a sec. I fucking forgot. Oh, yeah. You say Lil Skies is early in his career. And no, sorry, you didn't say that. Lil Skies isn't as like established, right? Like you said, Lil Skies isn't as established, yeah? And that is probably because he's way earlier in his career than we realise, right? And that is, yes, he's been in the game for a few years now, so it feels like he's been in there for longer when we're talking actual time. But when you look at how much music he's released, he's barely fucking released anything compared to a lot of people. Like when I'm talking projects, full-length albums, all these things, he's got, 3? Like that's nothing, you know what I mean? So, and obviously there's rappers that are massive with less than that, but they were releasing bangers and bangers and bangers that were growing huge, whereas Skies has had like 2-3 songs that have got huge. Other than that, they've just been sort of in his fan base and stuff. I think it's just a case of he just needs to release more. He's way earlier in his career than we realised. Like, he hasn't released that much music. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is something I've sometimes thought about. Like, we look at all these people and we let's take like Blueface, Comethazine, people like that as an example, right? We always say like, they've fallen off after they release a bad album or a bad song. And it's like, they're probably like 19, 20. Like, have they fallen off in realistically? Probably not, because they've got so much longer ahead of them. Like, Drake is one of the best rappers in the game. I mean, I don't like his music that much, but, he's at the top of the game with numbers and stuff. But he's been around for 10, 15 years doing his thing. Lil Skies has been doing rap for like 2, 3, 4 years. Like, he's not been in the game that long. Lil TJ as well. The geezer's like 20. He's released 2 projects. And he's been rapping since like 2018. Like, how can you say people have fallen off when they've been in the game like 2 years? Like, they're still learning their trade. They're still learning and finding themselves as a person. And they're still finding themselves as an artist. It just takes a lot of time sometimes.
Yeah, it's mental. Like, how many times on podcasts, documentaries, videos have I said these same fucking words? It's such a fast-paced industry. There you go, we just summed that up. It is. It's so fucking fast-paced. Music is so fast-paced. People come and go like it's nothing. You're saying Drake's been in for 10, 15 years. That's mad. There's barely anyone at that level. We're talking about the OGs here. He is like, basically fits into that pool now, which is crazy because it doesn't seem like that, but he does. He's one of like the originals in the game. It's mental. There is hardly any like that. There really is hardly any like that. And a lot of them that do get to that level do just drop off because naturally they just like stop posting as much music. They stop doing as much because they just come to the end of their career. It's very, very rare that people are at that stage. And credit to Drake. I don't like his music, but he's still going. He's been in there for that long and he's still going. He'll have a new project soon, blah, blah, blah. He's releasing massive music that's going really big. He's been releasing less projects, but he's still been releasing huge singles. And it's mad, yeah. There's barely anyone like that because it is fast-paced and someone can be in the game for 4 years and it feels like they've been in there for quite a while when actually it's 4 years and that's hardly any time. So